Da-da-da! Red dot! Alright, I take that as we're working, because I think it works. So anyway. Sup, guys? Welcome back to another Cemetery Mary stream. Blah, blah, blah. Last time, a lot of crazy stuff happened. Like, a lot. We got stuck in a coffin. We found a secret cult that doesn't like shoujo manga, apparently, for some reason.
Except for then the manga turned and looked at us.
I'm telling you, they just hate romance. And, and we puked in a church, which makes me wonder, are we high? It was black. Are we high or are we a demon? What's happening? I don't know. What?
Why would high be?
Why would being high be one of them?
Yeah.
Because she threw up black goo. Isn't that like being on drugs?
No.
You see things that aren't there? Are you sure? Anyway, here we go. This one I'm really interested in because I figured this was going to be a really weird route, and it's so far coming true. So let's hop into it.
That's what I forgot.
What?
I forgot to put the beard over.
Oh, that's okay. You can do it afterwards. Click. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're still at the funeral of the person who we don't know, but we're invited to the funeral by Reginald, and for some reason we feel compelled to check the coffin. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 1 second.
What is it, too loud?
It's too low.
Oh.
The opposite of our usual problem.
By the way, if you guys have any suggestions for any fun, like, streams, I'm trying to plan ahead for when our stream anniversary comes up. That's not for a little while, but just in case, if you have any fun ideas that you'd like to see, let me know. Okay? Let me know. What?
Oh no, there was a weird high-pitched noise.
Oh. We good? Are we good to go? Okay, here we go. I snuck closer to the coffin. What? We were alone together. And the pressure felt more intense than ever. Honestly, I felt like I could puke again from standing here. It just felt so hard to focus on anything except for the pressure of it all. Something was telling me what's inside. I don't know if it's a body. I could hardly think properly, but all my brain could tell me was that something else was in there. Like...
Alien.
Oh! Well, that's a different twist. No one else was around, right? I mean, I feel like it's pretty easy at a funeral to play it off as like, because emotions are so high, just be like, oh, I want to just say goodbye one last time or something, you know? But at the same time, we don't know them. We don't know anyone here. Maybe if I could just see inside, all I need is one quick glance, and then maybe my mind will be at ease. I reached my arm towards the coffin, and I figured.
Ah, there you are.
Reginald, I'm trying to be a detective! Reginald?
Did you get lost?
Did he not think that it was weird that we got up in the middle of the ceremony? Mm-hmm.
Why am I only hearing it one ear? I noticed you run off earlier. Is everything alright?
Oh, actually, I'm not alright.
Oh?
I puked.
What's wrong?
I don't know. I started feeling really sick today. I'm all woozy and dizzy. My head feels like it's throbbing. I don't know why. My nose itches.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Would you like me to drive you home?
Yes. Oh, No, it's okay. Oh, that's right. Okay, I said yes because I forgot nobody knows where we live. On purpose.
Are you sure? How are you going to get home then?
No, it's fine. I'll be fine.
Absolutely, because you don't sound all that okay.
I think I just need to lie down somewhere. Can I lie down at your place? Can you help me to the bus stop? This is a hard one. I don't know which one would build... I would assume me going to lie down at his place would build a better relationship with him, right?
Probably.
I think. Personally, I would just go to the bus stop. But I feel like that's the correct answer here. Is can I lie down at your place? Actually, I'm sorry to intrude, but do you think I could lie down at your place for a little while? I think I'll be okay to go home after I just rest a little somewhere.
Yes, of course. Here, let's get you out of here.
Suspicious. Reginald and I quickly and quietly exited the church together. Even though we were getting further from the coffin, the immense pressure I felt from standing next to it didn't seem to fade any. In fact, it almost seemed to be getting worse. Regardless of my distance from it, I felt bad and a little weird about going to Reginald's place like this. I assumed that was the correct answer. But it seemed like it was my only choice. But it was fine. I had my phone on me too if I needed it, in case of an emergency. I really needed to lie down somewhere. Not necessarily sleep, but just lie down. I crawled into Reginald's car with him. It smelled like one of those old pine air fresheners, but there wasn't any hanging from his rear view mirror. Oh, so he just naturally gives off a pine smell? Refreshing.
Don't worry, Mary. We'll be there soon. And don't be afraid to ask for anything on the way either. You really are starting to look sick.
I don't know what he meant by that. I didn't really have the energy to ask about it. The world around me felt like it was spinning. I hoped I wouldn't throw up again in Reginald's car. And I really hoped I wouldn't go to the hospital or anything like that. I probably should have paid more attention on the drive to Reginald's apartment, but in the state I was in, it was very hard to. Nothing really looked quite as it should. Everything we passed just seemed to meld together into shapes. My head was killing me. I don't remember how long we even drove for. I just remember Reginald parking his car and helping me out the other side. See, is she drugged or something? Like, what is going on? He let me lean against his shoulder as he brought me in through the front door.
The elevator is broken, so we'll have to take the stairs. I hope that's alright.
That's fine.
It won't be that long, okay? Just a little further.
Reginald brought me to the stairs and helped me up them one by one. Somehow it felt like the most difficult task in the world. Like, I couldn't even focus moving my own 2 feet. I didn't understand anything that was happening. I really needed to lie down.
And you could offer to carry her, dude.
I mean, yeah, Mary doesn't seem that heavy or
especially
big.
Since you carry coffins.
That too. I'm confused. I'm like, okay, is this like a result of that weird thing that we read in the book? Is this some kind of curse, maybe? Or did somebody drug us? Or is it some kind of like psychic sense or something, like sixth sense, like going off in Mary's brain, being like, run! What are you doing? Run!
Or is she pregnant?
What's that?
Pregnant?
Oh! I don't think that being pregnant makes you barf black stuff, Dustin.
Yeah, but
you know what? I don't know. Never experienced it. It's totally normal.
Demon baby.
Demon babies.
Is this a what is it? Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Situation?
I hope not. That wouldn't be fun for Mary. As we ascended the stairs, I heard someone else coming down from an upper floor. Really? I didn't think much of it until they stopped us on one of the landings. I don't think we've met anyone inside Reginald's apartment before. Like any of the neighbors or anything like that.
I don't think we've met any of them. We heard Mary reference to people who were arguing in the hallway when she visited Reginald once.
In a different route?
In a different route. But yeah, I don't think we've ever actually
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm assuming it's a girl, so...
Well, the bleeps were all...
What were they like again? Reginald? There you are.
I'm sorry, you need to get out of the way.
Please, it's really quick.
Can't you see I'm busy right now?
What is happening? Come on, you can't tell me you didn't notice it too. When I try to talk to Miss Sherwood about it, she doesn't answer me. Have you heard anything from her? Oh, I knew she was mad that I was...
Elme! I told you I'm busy. Kindly move out of the way. Now!
A little rude, but at the same time, he is like a sick person. I can't talk to you right now.
Can you not see the person hanging on me?
Someone's very ill.
Like they're in a bad condition.
I felt a shove past the poor lady. I felt bad for her, but I also felt as though I could barely walk anymore. I really, really hoped I wouldn't throw up again. And then at some point, we were no longer on the staircase. I heard Reginald take out his keys and unlock his door.
Well, here we are.
I don't like how the light is...
Pulsing?
Yeah.
I know it's not much, but I hope it'll do. Ah, you're unwell. I shouldn't ramble. Here, why don't you lie down on the couch? Watch some TV. I'll start some tea, and maybe it'll help you feel a bit better.
Okay, thank you. I also have a problem of rambling. It's a issue. I almost collapsed onto his couch, and the second I was close to it. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just needed to relax. I tried to listen to what he told me, watch TV, maybe if I could just distract myself like that. Oh, Mary looks really out of it. I reached over to his coffee table and turned on the TV. I fumbled for the channel buttons, trying to put on something calm. Maybe a cooking show or a house show, something like that. Then I stumbled upon a channel I hadn't seen before. What is happening? Is it a curse? Is it a cult? I can't tell the difference.
Are we in the Matrix?
No. The screen went all static. At first I thought the TV just lost connection. I don't think it turns pink when it goes to static.
Maybe in their world.
Maybe. But even when I fiddled with the remote, nothing changed. When I hit the power button, it didn't turn off.
Start a staring contest with the eye and the static.
I feel like that might be dangerous. What if it's like that fire eyeball from Lord of the Rings?
Sauron?
Yeah. Doesn't that, like, kill you or something? Or, like, spies on you? I don't know. It's been a long time. Yeah, even though it was static, I could still hear something. I felt too dizzy. It was hard to listen. There were words. I was I was actually like, I don't hear anything. It was almost like I could tell.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up? I hear you like shoujo manga. Me too. It was talking to me. It's an eyeball. How can it talk? That doesn't make any sense. Silly Mary.
Tricks are for kids.
No. We're ruining the ambiance. It was okay. Like it was trying to tell me something. But even trying my hardest, I just couldn't focus on it. As if I was in some sort of bizarre dream. It was all hazy, swirling around and around in my head. I just needed to lie. Oh, I fell asleep.
Good morning, sleepyhead. Or, well, evening, rather.
I mean, if we're sick, it makes sense that we took a nap. Reginald? What happened?
You fell asleep. What else?
You drugged me.
You must have been feeling awfully sick. Are you feeling any better?
Yeah, actually, I think so. I was feeling a bit better. My head still hurt, but I wasn't going anywhere nearly as dizzy as I was before. Or I wasn't anywhere near. I was like, what? I wasn't anywhere near as dizzy as I was before.
I forgot to switch the camera on.
Just, it's fine. I mean, if you want to do it real quick. We're out of it today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm glad your nap helped you, then. Unfortunately, I had to dump your tea.
Oh, sorry.
It got a bit too cold.
Is it like blasphemous to say, oh, you can just microwave it?
A little bit.
Yeah. The tea community is now coming for me. She said you can microwave it. Can you believe her? Who does she think she is? I mean, it is what it is. That's what I do sometimes, but okay.
But I have no problem making you another cup if you like.
Oh, that's all right. Peppermint tea is actually supposed to be really good if you have a stomachache. That's what I've heard. Settles your tummy. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Hey, wait. The TV. Did you hear it earlier?
Hear what?
The TV. It was making a bunch of strange noises.
How do you mean? The TV was off when I came over to sit with you.
Oh my gosh. Have you ever heard of Candle Cove? Candle Cove.
Sounds familiar.
It's
actually.
a creepypasta. If you know, you know.
Is that the one with the bones?
I mean, it's about pirates. Pirates? Is it about bone pirates? No?
Is it the one where it's a video that's supposed to be made with bones?
No. Okay. No, it's actually a puppet show.
Yes, but the puppets are made out of human bones.
I don't know if they're made out of human bones. I don't know if that was ever established in the original story. It's just, okay, whatever, side note, it's a bunch of people on a forum, and they're like, hey, do you remember this weird kid show we watched? And they're like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then they talk about it, and it's really weird. It turns out they were just watching static the entire time. There was no show, but yet they all have a memory of a show.
Yes, it's...
I don't think that the puppets were made out of bones. they were made out of possible skin, but I don't remember bones.
I don't know. Maybe I'm conflating two things.
Maybe. Creepypastas are good. Anyway. Back to the story. Oh. I must have just been dreaming then. Sorry for falling asleep on your couch. I didn't mean to.
Why are you apologizing?
It's what I do.
You were feeling sick. It's quite alright. I'm sure you would let me do the same if our situations were reversed.
I don't really have people over very much, but, yeah. Wait, you said good evening earlier. What time is it? The buses. I checked the time. Oh, goodness. It was getting so late. Was I really asleep for that long? I stood up for Reginald's couch and told him I really ought to get going. I thanked him once again for helping me so much.
Of course. Hopefully we can see each other again soon. Maybe at a time when you aren't feeling so sick.
I made my way quickly and carefully down the stairs, hoping to catch the next bus on time. I noticed the closer I got to the bottom, the more it started to smell. It was less than pleasant. I guess that's what the neighbor lady wanted to ask Reginald about. Reginald got pretty mad at her, didn't he? I tried not to let it affect my opinion of him too much. After all, it sounded like he was really worried about me. If I looked as sick as I felt, then, well, I'd be worried too. A lot of dots. Luckily, I caught the bus on time. Got on safe and walked home safe. Got on safe, walked home safe, made it home safe. And then, followed my usual routine after that.
So then I guess the landlady is dead?
If you know, you know. I think. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't remember her being dead, though, in credits.
I have no idea. Honestly, at this point, I have no idea what's going on. Because I don't know if what's happening to Mary physically, But anyway, I'd like to go to bed quickly tonight if that's alright.
That's alright. You are never under an obligation to contact me every night.
Yes, I am. It's part of our routine. I know. But I feel like I have to. It's like me and saying goodnight to everyone. I have to say goodnight to everyone. Otherwise, I can't sleep. If I, am settling in and if my brain's like, did we say goodnight to Dustin? I have to get up and go and check. Otherwise, I'll lay there all night and I'll be like, I didn't do it.
Do you?
I do.
Why is that?
Because if I didn't, I'm scared I'd never hear about my parents again. I'm scared you'll stop responding. I'm scared you'd stop responding. I feel like that makes the most sense as a response to that. But if I mention my parents, will he say something about my parents? I'll just go with my initial. I'm scared you'll stop responding. Because that's the truth, I think.
Is that so?
If you disappeared, I think that'd be awful. To never know what happened.
I see. Then I will try not to.
Thanks.
I'll try not to disappear.
I'll try, but sometimes things happen in life.
Didn't you say you'd like to go to bed quickly?
I changed my mind.
Why don't you get some rest? Good night, Mary.
The next days following, I didn't feel so great. Mary, maybe you are pregnant with a demon baby. But don't you have to agree to that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was the whole point, is you have to, say yeah. Hey, you want to have a demon baby with me? And then you go, yes! And then they go, okay. Oof, demon baby.
Well, usually it's just, you want to you know.
Make a deal.
Well, no, they usually don't tell you it's a demon.
Oh, I guess that's true. I've never seen Rosemary's Baby, like the actual movie, but I know the plot. Like, I'm just into horror, so, like, I know it. I've just never watched it. And I'm pretty sure her husband tricks her into it. I don't remember. Yeah. I don't know. Did Mary agree to have Jesus?
No.
I don't know the
think
rules. The next day, if you're pregnant with wait, real quick. If you're pregnant with a demon baby, does it show up on a pregnancy test? Or is it, like, different? You know? Like, does it not react when you pee on the stick?
I don't know.
What about when you go in for an ultrasound? Is the camera just all staticky?
Imagined an ultrasound is just looking at the physical thing. So if there's a physical baby growing, you'd be able to see it.
I have no idea. You know what? If you've ever given birth to a demon baby, hit me up. Let me know.
Well, that's the one thing. Ultrasound is literally sound waves that are being passed through your body to create an image. And sound is like the one thing that consistently affects demons and angels.
Oh.
Because there's the whole thing about music, right?
So the baby would freak out?
Well, I'm saying if
fetus?
anything is immune to... If anything could get around demon magic, it's sound.
Ah. Okay. Okay. Well, maybe that's how you get rid of the demon baby then. Ultrasound. Lots of screaming. Ah! Anyway, the next days following, I didn't feel so great. I must have caught something that day. I wasn't aware there was anything going around. It is, or at least to be fair, we could live in California. But it does seem like it's summertime, and majority of the time when it's summer, there's not a lot of, like, fevers going around.
Not usually, I guess.
Maybe it was just a bad cold. No, bad colds don't make you barf. Bad colds make you feel miserable and that your head's gonna explode. But it does not make you barf goo. Black goo.
Well, flu can make you barf.
Black goo?
No, but
exactly.
It can make you barf.
Yeah, but that's not a cold. That's the flu.
Yeah, but some people call the flu a cold.
No, there's a big difference.
Yes, but I'm saying...
I would much rather get the flu or a fever, whatever, than a cold. I hate colds. I hate being sick with colds.
Except for a flu is more deadly.
I'd rather take the chance. Barfing and sleeping isn't as bad as just pressure in my nostrils and not being able to sleep because I'm like a side sleeper, tummy sleeper, and all that. No, hate it. Anyway.
I am also a side and tummy sleeper. Mostly tummy.
I don't know. I just couldn't help but feel so sick. It wasn't as extreme as the first day, but I still felt so horrible. I was so terribly dizzy. The dizzy thing is what's weird. Because, at least for me, I don't get dizzy when I'm sick.
I mean, if it's like in her head.
My head was always throbbing.
Yeah.
I would try to just nap it off, but I couldn't stay asleep for long. Though sometimes I would just pass out anyways. Take some ibuprofen. Maybe get yourself some, like, soup or ramen for those who don't like soup, like me.
I mean, it's kind of a soup.
I like ramen. I don't like soup.
You also don't put much water in your ramen.
I don't.
You don't have the broth like
yeah,
you're supposed
I'm not a
to.
liquid person. Yeah. I don't like liquid foods. I wish I knew why I was sick, but I didn't really want to go to the doctor just yet. Shows up to the doctor. Hey doc, listen, I'm dizzy. My head's throbbing. Also, I puked some black goo. I don't know what that's about. And TVs are talking to me now. But, hopefully, if I just waited a while, it would pass on its own. That's how it usually works anyways. So, here I sit. I just hope I'll have the energy to get up later. Because sitting here, I'm not feeling too hot. I've heard familiar footsteps thump down the stairs and turn into this room. Rowan?
Psst, Mars. Oh.
That was a little,
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? Throaty?
Drink there.
Yeah.
You awake?
Yeah, I'm up.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Gonna head out for a little while, alright?
What?
It's just for a little, okay? I'll be back before you know it.
Ryan, please don't leave. I'm sick.
I know, Mary, I know. But this is important, alright?
What are you sneaking out to do? But what if I need something? What if I pass out again?
Come on, Mars, you're not that bad. Besides, it's not like I could really do much for you.
I know. You know, I don't like to be left alone when I'm sick.
I know, but like I said, this is important.
It's more important than me?
Mars,
She went and said it.
do you really need me to stay that badly?
I don't know. Personally, I would probably just be like, I'm okay, and then just wallow in my misery on my own. Please, it would mean a lot to me. I don't know. I don't know what's about to happen. I feel like something's gonna happen, and I don't know if it'll be better or worse for him to be here. I don't know. What do you think? I know, this is like a fork in the road, and I feel like it's really going to determine our path. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to think of what Mary would be more likely to do. And usually I feel like she would be like, okay, I go. But she was just pretty, like...
Adamant about, I don't want to be alone.
I don't want to be alone.
I know, I was also a little surprised. I was like, oh, she's standing up for what she wants. Interesting. Should I do it?
I don't know. I
wish I had another opinion. Chat. What should I do? Please, it would mean a lot to me. I feel like that's what she was going for, so I feel like I should stick with it. Okay, I don't want to die. Don't kill Crowan.
Alright, I'll stay. You really are that sick, huh?
I'm really sorry. I don't want to. I'd feel a lot better knowing you're here.
No, it's alright. I understand. You always care for me when I'm sick and all. Staying is the least I could do. How do you feel right now?
I don't know. Could be better.
Right. Here, I'll be right back.
Crowan walked in the direction of the kitchen. I heard a bit of rattling shortly after. I was a bit worried, knowing Crowan isn't always super reliable, but I was pleasantly surprised when he came back out and passed me a warm mug into my hands. Did he make me tea or something? Hot cocoa. Crowan? You made this?
Yeah, it's
What is it?
nothing special.
What is it? What is it? What is it?
I just follow the instructions on the box.
Hot cocoa?
It's hot chocolate.
Hey! Yes! Hot cocoa!
This is weird, because I thought on Crowan's route it implied that he was... I guess, I don't know.
What?
He cooked more often. They take turns.
Oh.
But then again, he did burn the pancakes.
Yes. Which is really hard to do. I don't want to judge anyone, but it's pancakes. It's pretty easy. Though I also burn toast all the time, so I guess I shouldn't be
She
talking.
cannot make toast.
Listen, all right, you close the door. Okay. Butter bread, stick on pan, stick in oven, close door, check. Nothing. Check. Nothing. Check. Nothing. Check. Burnt! What? How does that work? You were fine 2 seconds ago! Fire, smoke alarm start going off. Kendra, what are you doing down there? Nothing. Open window. Everyone points and laughs. Throws. In my mind, they do. Throws toast away, cries. Anyway.
She cannot toast bread.
I can in a toaster, but it's not nearly as good. Anyway.
I found it way back in the pantry, and I know how much you love chocolate, so... It, might be expired, though. I don't really know how that stuff works.
Hey, your stomach's upset? Try this possibly expired chocolate. It'll be great for you.
Chocolate keeps a lot past its expiration date, though.
How
it's freeze-dried.
Do you know this? Boy Scouts?
Freeze-dried.
Boy Scouts.
Because it's freeze-dried.
Boy Scouts.
They removed all the moisture, so unless moisture's been introduced to it, nothing can grow in it.
That we know of for now. Science. Alright.
Nothing on Earth can grow in it.
Aliens, Dustin. That's how they get you. All starts with the hot cocoa mixes, and then slowly they start to invade our brains, and then next thing you know, it's the freaking host.
I've never seen Host.
Well, you're missing out. Stephanie Myers, my dude. Stephanie Myers. I think it's Stephanie Myers. Anyway, go.
The milk is still fresh, though, so I think it's fine.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Aw, look at this cute family photo.
Yeah, whatever.
Aw, they're so happy.
Like I said, it was nothing. Anything for you, Mars.
Aw, what a nice cousin.
Now the question is Reginald outside watching and he thinks Crowan is our boyfriend?
Does he not know that we're cousins?
I can't remember what we said. Because remember he asked us.
That's
and
right.
I can't remember. Did we pick...
I thought I told him that he was my cousin.
My cousin or you... Okay, yeah. I think that is what we did.
Yeah. Because I was like, oh, I'm surprised he doesn't know if he was at the funeral.
Though he did... Mary did specify that he isn't related.
That is true. That is true. Before I knew it, the sun started to set outside. And so I trudged my way upstairs, getting ready for bed. I hoped that I'd be able to sleep the whole night this time, but of course, it wouldn't be that simple. Even in my sick state, I had to talk to, well, you know, Batman! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
I feel like we should have gotten the book by now.
I have no idea. I don't even know if we're going to get it on this route, because this route is just completely different from the others.
I know you want to message me.
That was weirdly aggressive. Huh? You've beaten me to the punch.
You mentioned you were feeling unwell the other night. So please, give tonight a rest and go to bed.
Don't tell me how to live my life. I might actually listen to you for once.
Do take care if it gets too serious.
Did mom and dad tell you what to say? I will. Or to say that. I don't think they did. But that could get the conversation going and, helpful information. I feel like if I just say I will, that's it. It'll end.
Probably.
So I'll say, did mom and dad tell you to say that?
No.
Laughing emoji.
Good night, man.
Dang it! Every time. It's been a few days. I wonder if she feels better. Ah! I'm feeling a lot better. So, I'm glad I didn't catch anything too serious. I wonder what would have happened if Crowan had left. I don't know. Also, was it the hot cocoa? To beat demons, you drink hot cocoa?
Well, you're supposed to eat chocolate after a Dementor attack.
Whoa! So it was the hot cocoa! Cool. Good to know.
In Harry Potter.
I'm so glad I didn't catch anything too serious. Yeah, but isn't that to make you happy?
I think so.
Yeah. Your brain likes chocolate more than it likes kissing. We found that out. Science. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, there's...
Yeah, when they put the things on and they're like, eat chocolate. And the brain's like, pew! And then it's like, kiss. And it's like, pew. Yep. It's important. But I know... but how sick I felt really got me wondering, especially with that coffin, was there something about it? Some kind of, like, death disease? I had to know more. Although it's too late for me to...
Bring out your dad.
Get to know it now. What did you say?
The plague.
Oh, yes. Ding, ding.
Bring out your dad.
But I was overcome with a desire to know what had been making me feel so strange around it. Even if I couldn't get to the coffin again, there was still a place I could go. Oh, that was freaky. The church? Mm-hmm. Okay, is this church shady? Is it like a cult? Or is it the people who were occupying the church at the time? I felt uneasy walking in, but I didn't feel sick anymore. The atmosphere in here was no longer heavy. At least, not as heavy as it had been before. I still felt some sense of pressure. But it... What? I said pressure funny?
Yeah.
But it was nowhere...
You, removed all the hard vowels. Or, not
I don't know why my brain does that sometimes. But it was nowhere near as bad as it had been.
Almost sounded like Boston.
Yeah. That'd be cool. It didn't feel great to walk into a church and immediately feel like something was wrong. There had to be someone I could talk to in here. Oh, for sure! It's a church. There's gonna be people all over the place that you could talk to. But, it might be about the Lord and Savior. Not necessarily about, funerals.
Oh, no. A lot of priests give, advice and stuff.
I guess that's true.
I mean, that's kind of their purpose.
Yeah. I walked through the halls. There were no services today, so there was nobody, really. I wandered about the long halls with their tall walls. That rhymed. Something about walking through a building like this. Definitely. You say it again.
Deafeningly.
Silent. And feeling a sense of pressure. Well, it didn't feel quite right. Eventually, though, I made it to a room with somebody in it. I've never been to a, cathedral church. I've only been to, modern, smallish churches. So I do wonder if there would be a sort of a sense of pressure walking into, a really fancy old one, just because of how, overwhelming the architecture might be.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying. I think it would be cool.
Well, it's because cathedrals are Catholic. You have to be Catholic to go to a cathedral. Unless it's a famous one.
I was going to say, I think you could just walk in.
I mean, you can walk in.
I like their stained glass. That's what I like. Eventually, though, I made it to a room with somebody in it. A priest standing at the far end.
There's not necessarily a large Catholic population around us.
No, not really. Getting closer, I recognized them as being the same from the funeral service. Maybe they could help me then. I lightly coughed as I approached closer to alert them of my presence. They looked up to speak to me. Oh, wow, okay, he has a deep voice for a priest. And an interesting haircut. Are you gonna be the priest? Are you thinking of a voice?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you also then said something about the haircut, and I'm like...
It looks like something from Pokemon.
It's not that, you know, kind of...
The color, the shape even.
You know,
it's not what I think of when I think of a priest.
I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead.
Oh. May I help you?
Oh, yeah, actually. I was just, it's hard to explain, but, I don't know. I just need some help.
Help is here for you. What do you need help with?
I was here for a funeral service not long ago, and when I was here, I started feeling not that great. Even now, I don't feel like I think I should. This is very broad statements that highly like
just normal
for grief. Yeah. This is it. And well, my life in general hasn't been taking the best of turns lately. I'm sorry. I'm sure this is really stupid, but I guess I'm wondering, is someone upstairs mad at me? If everything happens for a reason, if someone is trying to contact me.
The things on his mantle. That's what it's called, right?
The scarf thingy? Yeah. I was also looking at those. They look like, scopes.
It's the Zodiac.
Interesting. I don't know which one to click because
So
honestly,
I wonder as far as, you know, when she says if someone upstairs is mad, who the upstairs is for this church.
Know. But also,
but it could just be a simplified cross.
I don't understand like which one to pick because I feel like all of these are kind of similar. If someone upstairs is mad at me, everything happens for a reason. If somebody is trying to contact me, to me, these all sound like something somebody who's dealing with grief of losing somebody would be asking. So I feel like regardless of which one I pick, I don't know if we'll get the answers that Mary is necessarily looking for. Because he would probably just assume that, yeah, we're dealing with the loss of a loved one.
Unless something is up with this church, and then there's...
I'm leaning towards is someone trying to contact me, because if there was something up with the church, I feel like that would be one of the questions that would get me more answers, versus if somebody upstairs is mad at me, I feel like they would just say no. And then, like, you know, we'll be like, oh, you know, things happen that we don't understand. And philosophy, religion, stuff. Same with if everything happens for a reason. So, yeah. Is someone trying to contact me? To me, at least, I feel like that might get us more answers related to the eyeball. Because I don't know what the eyeball is, necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, if somebody is trying to contact me, would you be able to know? Huh?
Nothing. Oh. No. It's quite alright. Even if you feel confused now, I'm sure the light of your situation will reach you soon. God loves all their children, very much so.
It is there.
Yeah,
I just think it's interesting.
And that includes you.
See, this is what I didn't want.
Well, he also has
I keep kicking things.
Sometimes they use the royal weaver god.
Oh, that's true.
But, I mean, it could be if you...
I was just meaning this isn't like... I was hoping I would get more information.
I was... Yeah. So, there is no reason to worry. Unless, of course, you've done something wrong.
Ooh, confession. What? No, of course not. I mean, I don't think I've done anything wrong.
Are you sure?
It's the manga, isn't it? Romance!
Perhaps you should look over your actions. Sometimes it is easy for us to overlook all we have done wrong. Perhaps that is why God may be treating you in such a way.
Okay, this took a very negative turn. A very judgy turn, if I'm being honest.
To remind you of what needs to be done.
What needs to be done? I see. Maybe there is something I can do better?
We can always do better. But do not fret. As I have said, God loves all children, and that includes you. Sometimes love may be tough, but the point will get across in the end.
Yes, you are correct.
Is there anything else you would like to ask about?
I want to ask about heaven, angels, death. No more questions. Death? I would assume? I don't know why we would talk about heaven or angels. So, death. What happens to people when they die? Like, exactly. If you know that. What's the process like?
Their souls depart from their body and travel someplace new. Where they end up depends on how they lived.
Do they know?
Know what?
When someone dies, do they know that they're dead?
Yes. I imagine they would know quite well.
I see. I want to ask about... can I ask all? Then I guess I should ask all of them, right?
Yeah.
Get as much information. Heaven or angels? Heaven? Heaven.
So, what about heaven?
Do people always go to heaven when they die? Oh, I could answer that.
Not necessarily, but I'm sure you know that.
Right. Let me rephrase it. Does everyone go somewhere when they die?
Certainly.
Do you guys believe in purgatory here? Right, I figured as much. I want to ask about... okay. Angels!
Angels?
People talk about guardian angels a lot. I have to wonder, are they real? Is that what the eyeball is? An angel? Angels be freaky. If you ever look up what angels are supposed to look like and their different levels, they're freaky. Like flying eyeballs.
We did play, the...
Yeah, but I don't think that really showed anything, did it?
He gave us a glimpse, remember, that one time?
Oh, yeah.
When he was like, hey, do what you're supposed to be doing.
Right. It's freaky.
Yeah, that should... Yeah. No, go watch it on YouTube.
Go watch it on YouTube. Promotion. Self-promotion.
Eloquent contents.
Do they help me stay... or stray? Stray, okay. From harmful paths. Does everyone have one? Do I have one?
That depends. Do you believe that you do?
So you don't know. That's what you're telling me. I want to ask about... Okay, that's it. No more questions. Thank you for your assistance.
Of course. Please do not feel scared. You coming here itself proves to me that you do not wish to be a bad person. I'm sure God has a plan for you. Do not stress about the outcome. It is in their hands now.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, I feel like we really didn't gain a lot of information from that. Not in the sense that I was hoping, at least. I exited the church shortly after. I wasn't quite sure how to feel. I didn't quite feel like I got the answers I was looking for. The pressure began to lift off my shoulders once I was out the doors. But I still just couldn't shake the feeling of there being something more to all this. something I was missing. I decided to head to the library. Maybe I could look at some books? Not necessarily about religion, but maybe stuff about omens or signs. Because if there really was a sign, I didn't want to miss it. So I made my way to the library as briskly as I could, and started taking out book after book to see what might help me with all this.
Is this where she's going to find the book?
Maybe. I was sure that I would be able to at least find something. Even something small is better than nothing. Look at all the books. I picked up a few books and sat myself down in a corner to read them. I must say, though, I couldn't really understand most of it. I tried very hard to, but lots of it just didn't make sense to me. Still, though, I didn't want to leave without finding something out. Surely one of these books had to help me. It's very hot. Read, passage, luck, passage, curses, passage, omens, passage, wishes. I don't think we're dealing with wishes. Don't think we're necessarily dealing with luck. I'm not 100% sure about omens. Personally, I see the eye of more of a curse. Because it's interacting. And it was placed. You know? I feel like omens are more like the universe telling you something. Like a crow. Or, I don't know, salt falling over. Right? Isn't that an omen? Versus a curse is like, oh, you walked onto this thing and you stepped in it, now you're cursed. And I feel like that's kind of what happened more, don't you think?
Curse is placed by someone.
Right, yeah. And that's what I mean, like the book. It seemed like somebody deliberately did that.
Curses.
Okay, curse. I just meant, like, because the book was, like, blacked out and everything, I don't think that's technically an omen. Maybe if the book, like, fell to a certain page, that would be an omen. But, yeah. I'm rambling again. A curse is a terrible thing. Its purpose is always to inflict harm. Many people who are under curses are probably not even aware of the fact that they are. Perhaps they think that they are just stuck with some bad luck. Thankfully, there are ways to reverse a curse. But you may have to try many times and many ways before it is broken. When it is, you may not be sure anything has happened at all. But it is always better to live without a curse. The book proceeds to list different types of curses and possible solutions for them, like peeing in a jar, I think. Yeah.
Sort of.
I think it's your hair, your blood, your pee. Toenails?
Sometimes.
I don't know. Look it up.
The point of a... what are they called? Something
Witch's jar?
Maybe. I don't think it's witch, though.
I don't know. Somebody out there probably knows a lot more about this.
Anyway, the point of it is that...
It attacks the jar rather than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The curse thinks the jar is you.
That one, and then I know about the one that you told me about where somebody, like, curses stones on your property, and then they scatter the stones, and you have to gather up all the stones and, like, put them in a fire or something. Or boil them. Do you know? You told me this one.
Yeah.
Those are the only two curses I know. I don't think I have a curse. Someone has to inflict a curse on you for it to even work, right? I don't think I know anyone who would want to do that. I hope nobody would want to do that. Okay. I fully thought that we were cursed. Because, and low-key kind of thought that it might have been Reginald. Because it was in a book that we like to read. You know? And it was deliberately put there. But, if
Unless
it's not
someone's cursing people at random.
Well, I mean, I guess, but that's terrible.
Silly.
Isn't there normally purposes behind curses? Like, specific? Like, I don't think I've ever heard of a curse where it's like, curse 20 people and unlock this. Like, normally it's like, hey, you know that farmer who keeps stealing your pigs? Do this. Or, hey, you know that chick who's messing with your man? Do this. Or...
Yes, but then, you do get the occasional witches who go out and
just
curse
do it for
people.
fun. They're just serial cursers. Is that what? You've heard of serial killers? Well, now we got serial cursers on the loose. Let's go
everyone who makes them annoyed is
just
curse you, curse you,
curse
you.
Curse. Let's read about omens, because I guess that's the next thing I would guess. An omen foretells the future in a way. It precedes events of good or precedes. Thank you. It precedes events of good, Justin, of a good or horrible nature. The omen itself may even seem like a good or terrible thing that has occurred.
You know what?
Perhaps the most cruel part of a bad omen is that it can lead to something even more horrific. There may even be multiple instances of bad omens leading up to the terrible event. Be aware of the omens in your life. Protect yourself. You may not be able to stop whatever is coming, but you can always prepare yourself for it. I thought an omen was more like a warning rather than an event. Like,
an omen is a event of which is kind of.
Yeah, I just read the thing. Yeah. I'm more along the lines meant I thought it was like a warning. Hey, something's about to happen. I didn't think it was like necessarily a negative thing that happened to you. It was just an event that got your attention, like seeing crows everywhere,
it just
or
said that
salt
an omen
falling
is
over.
something that happens that's warning you that something either good or bad will happen.
Right, but I didn't think that it was like directly interactive. I thought it was just like odd things occurring.
I mean, what do you mean directly interactive?
Like Mary getting sick.
It's not necessarily directly interactive.
But she's puking.
Yes, but that's what's It's warning her that something is happening.
I guess. I was just figuring that would be more of a curse. Having like a physical reaction or a physical interaction with your life. Versus an omen's like outside of your realm but trying to talk to you. But apparently not. That's what the author says.
There's nothing outside of your life that you know.
Should I be preparing? I don't know what I would prepare for, though. Or how it would even start. I hope all the weird stuff that happened isn't any kind of omen. Okay, so she doesn't actually know which one. I was thinking maybe once we found it, she'd be like, this sounds like it, but it doesn't sound like it. I guess luck. Luck is a tricky thing. What does it mean when you say someone is lucky? Everyone always assumes it means good luck. I do always assume that. But can't it mean bad luck too? Everyone always assumes that unlucky means you have bad luck, but maybe unlucky just means you have no luck. Perhaps it is better if you are someone who is unlucky. Don't laugh while I'm doing my voice, or you'll take me out of
You just suddenly switched into it, though, so it was like...
Maybe no luck is better than having any luck at all. So, in the nicest way, I hope your luck runs out. I like that. Interesting. Thought-provoking. But, again, I don't think that it's necessarily involves what we're looking for. Let's go to wishes. I definitely don't think it's wishes. What is it that you wish for? Is it a desire? Perhaps it is even a need. People wish for many things, every day, all the time. Whether it is out of want or out of necessity, Do you truly believe a wish can come true, no matter how nonsensical it seems? They say that there are many ways for a wish to come true. Many wish upon a shooting stars, or the first star they see come nightfall. Is that true? You can just pick a random one? I totally thought it had to be shooting stars.
I mean, yeah, there's a whole,
I didn't know
my
that.
wishing star.
Yeah. Many wish upon dandelions or by blowing out the candles on a birthday cake. But make no mistake, a wish is best burned. Burned? We burnt the book on accident.
But have you never heard the song "Star, Star Bright, First Star that I See Tonight"?
I have, but
I wish I might.
I don't.
Have this wish I wish tonight.
I didn't. I kind of thought that it was just like the northern star, like it had to be the. Anyway, I like this voice that I'm doing.
Professor McGonagall.
A burned wish is bound to come true. At the very least, it has the closest chance. The next time you must wish, try burning it. The results may not be what you imagined, but they are almost sure to come true. A burned wish. You're telling me this entire time I was like, oh, it's not wishes. It's not wishes. It's gonna be curses. It's not wishes. And you're telling me it was a wish? Somebody wished in a shoujo manga about eyeballs. And because I accidentally dropped it in the fire, it came true. A burned wish? The manga that had weird stuff. Wait. The manga that had weird writing in it. All this started happening after I burned that book. Maybe whoever left left stuff in other books. We gotta go to the manga section and check all the manga books. I put the book down and rushed quietly to the manga shelf. A burned wish comes true? I wonder, was it someone's wish that I burned? Or maybe I set off a curse in its place? That's what I was saying. I felt like it was a curse. If I burned it, did that wish count for me too? I eventually made it to the shelf that I was looking for. Mostly all the set was here. Maybe whoever wrote in that book wrote in more in the rest? I took out a book and hurriedly skimmed through the pages. I didn't even care about the spoilers I might get by doing so. When that book had nothing in it, I tried another, and then another, and then... It's an omen! One of the books fell off the shelf. It surprised me just a bit, and sounded especially loud in the quiet library. As I went to squat down and pick it up, is it opened? Yeah. First of all, why is she in a cemetery? I thought this was a... I noticed that it had opened itself. On the page was a cemetery of all things. I'm Cemetery Mary. Is this book about
Just
me?
realized that.
On the page was the cemetery of all things. But even stranger, there was a slip of paper that had found its way into the book as well. Was this left by the same person who left such a mess in the other book? I picked it up and began to read the note that was left. I don't know if you can read that. People, I don't know what kind of voice to use for this. People are never gone forever. I promise you, this statement is true. There are no such things as a departed soul. Not anymore. I will not regret this decision. But I must live knowing the truth of it all. Not because no one will listen, but because it will leave me lonely for a long, long time. That's okay. It doesn't really feel lonely, even when it does. In fact, it's kind of fun. I wonder how much I will be able to see before it is over. That is, if you ever intend for this to have an ending to begin with. It makes me wonder how many variations I will see. Say, if you're reading this, and I know you are, why don't you tell me? I'd love to hear your side. That's weird. Was it left for me? Specifically? The note ended there. I'm not entirely sure what it means. I couldn't really understand any of it. I'm sure I missed a whole story behind it, but whoever wrote it, I hope you know that, I'm listening. And I hope you won't be lonely for long. Because nobody should ever have to be lonely. Okay, yes. But if that means me getting kidnapped, I don't agree with that. I left the library after that. It couldn't be a coincidence that the manga just happened to open to a page with a cemetery on it.
Well, I mean, it kind of had a bookmark.
Yeah. So I decided I would check there for anything new or suspicious. Okay, in my head right now, I'm kind of thinking perhaps Reginald is designing or trying to design a situation in which I will be with him, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, that seems like, I don't know, though, this town. I was going to say the likelihood of Mary specifically finding all these, I guess, clues. Like, that's taking a big risk, right? Because when you think, oh, some random 12-year-old or something might be like, oh, what's this? You know? Or a librarian or something. Okay. Any kind of sign. I spent a while there, going down the rows, inspecting each grave for something new, something different. A letter that changed or a color that shifted. Anything. And then I happened upon it. In the way, way back of the cemetery, right before the iron fence, where the cemetery ends and the forest begins, there was a new grave there. Oh. A grave I had never seen before. And I would know because I've seen them all. Is it the person who died? Oh, there's an eyeball. It had strange writing on it, unlike any language I had ever seen before. Was it a code? But why would someone have coding on their grave? There was something weird about it. And the closer I got to it, to inspect it, I began to feel nauseous. It was just like at that church. At the funeral. It made me feel dizzy. Just a little bit. Is this the guy whose funeral we attended? It was as if a strange pressure was emitting from it. And that was still the best word I could use to describe it. Just pressure. I really didn't want to get sick again, but this headstone, it was so curious. It had to be related to the rest of this all. It had to be. I wanted to inspect it more, but by that point, I had been out all day. I knew the cemetery would be closing soon, and I couldn't stay for long. Not to mention, I was very tired. I had been running around all day, and it was finally starting to catch up to me. This weird headstone started to make me dizzy again, and it didn't help anyway. I decided that I would head home and try to make sense of it all tomorrow. After all, it's not like a grave would be going anywhere. I don't know. Since you said it, now there might not be a grave tomorrow. So I packed up and headed home. She should have taken a picture of it. Or maybe not. Because I guess pictures can be cursed. Sometimes. I was just thinking if she took a picture of it, then she could at least try to figure out what it says. Or, like, reverse Google image it or something. I don't know. So I packed up and headed home.
Could just like, I don't know, what is the proper...
what way to go about this? Curses! I don't know curses! I've seen so many horror movies. Sometimes you can take pictures and it's fine. Other times you take pictures and they're gone. Other times you take pictures and bam, the thing's gonna kill you now. Okay.
Oh, what am I dealing with?
I don't know. Is it a witch? Is it a ghost? A god? So I packed up and headed home. It would probably do me some good to get some rest. My head was spinning and with so many strange concepts after all. I followed my usual route. Wait, did I say route or routine? I think I said route.
I wasn't paying attention.
The one I always follow when I get home. And, well, you already know what comes next. Batman! I know I usually try to ask you things, but I had a long day, so I'll probably go to bed soon. Besides, it isn't like you'll just suddenly decide to open up about anything, right?
I'm afraid not.
You never know. That's what I figured. If I could ask anyways, just really quickly.
Yes.
Are they still okay? Are you still coming for me? I would assume my parents are fine. I feel like if he had my parents and something happened, he would probably tell me. Right? I think. So, I don't know. Are you still coming for me? I also feel like it could be short. Either way, I feel like the short answer is just him possibly saying, yeah, idiot. No. What do you think? I'll go with, are you still coming for me? I don't know, but then talking about my parents might get him talking in general. I wish she would tell him about what's happening, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping for. So then maybe if you're still coming for me, he'll be like, why do you ask? I'll go with that one. That one was my instinct, so let's go with that one. Are you still coming for me? He's been laughing a lot more.
I think you already know the answer to that.
Is it soon?
Good night, Mary.
Dang it! Every single time I overthink which one to click and then we get nothing. The following morning, I had been digging through the fireplace. I had hoped that, well, maybe the manga I burned by accident could help provide me with more insight. Even if it was set on fire, there was a chance where there'd at least be some salvageable parts, right? I don't know. Please, just something? I'll take anything. It's worthless. It's all burned up. Even when I try to pick up tiny scraps that could be something, it just turns to ash in my hands. Guess I won't be getting any more use from that book. Just then, Crone stepped in. I think there was a fire in between the fire where we burned the manga on accident and when we were sick, so so it makes sense. But even then, all that was in there was the weird writing. So I feel like she needs to try to figure out what the weird writing is connected to, right?
Yeah.
Like a religion or, I guess, witchcraft or something. I don't know. He was about to walk past me before I called out to him. Groen!
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm going out.
That isn't exactly an answer.
It is.
What? Is he mad at us? Is it important again?
Yeah. Who wants to know?
Okay, am I projecting or is he being sassy? I feel like he's being unnecessarily sassy.
A little bit.
Sorry, I just wanted to ask if you might help me with this. Since you're going out anyways, maybe we could...
Maybe when I get home. This is something I gotta do by myself.
What? When will you be home?
Late.
Huh. Crone walked out the door shortly after that. He still didn't tell me where he was going. I was about to leave the house myself, but if I go now, it might look like I was following him again or something. I didn't want to upset him, so I figured I'd just stay here and play with the soot for a little while. In the ash. But then, my phone went off. I checked the notification. It was a message from Reginald. Talk about perfect timing.
Mary, quite contrary.
The frick? What?
Ah, that doesn't look as cool as it did in my head.
Okay.
My sincerest apologies. I'm sorry, I wanted to ask.
Uh-huh.
Are you not here today?
Where? Huh? Am I not where?
The cemetery, of course.
Ah.
It's a bit cloudy today, but I figured you might want to be here before any rain started.
Oh, you're there right now?
Indeed, I am. No real reason for it. I was just passing by.
Oh, I was actually about to say maybe it's work related, but never mind.
Thought I might see you if I stopped in, though I suppose not today. That's okay.
Well, actually, I was going to head into town pretty soon and visit the cemetery myself. I just wanted to check on some things there, that's all. There's been a lot of stuff happening that I'm trying to organize.
Oh! I'll just wait for you here then.
What? Don't be silly. Even if I leave right now, it'll still be a while before I actually make it there.
I don't mind waiting.
I mean, are you sure? You don't have something better to do? Oh, that sounds really rude over text. I'm sorry.
No worries. I think I'll still be here for a while. Maybe I'll be here when you come down. Guess we'll see.
Well, alright then. I'll leave in a few. I guess maybe I'll see you there?
I guess maybe you will.
Okay, well, obviously he's waiting for us. Duh. I tidied myself up and made sure I had everything. And then walked from the cabin, waiting for the next bus into town. I wondered on the way there if Reginald really would still be waiting for me once I made it. Yes, Mary, he digs you. He's so into you. What do you mean? You don't just invite people to your coffin making shop and say, "You're my muse." For anyone. I mean, I had no reason to doubt it. I just don't understand why he would want to wait for me. Oh my gosh, Mary. She's like a freaking character in the movies. Surely there are better ways he could be spending his time, especially if he's got a day off today. But maybe if he's free, maybe he'll be willing to help me figure this out? The bus skidded to a stop at its usual station. I hopped off and walked in the direction of the cemetery.
Where's the bus skidding?
It's raining, I thought. Or maybe it's not yet. And before I knew it, I was walking past the familiar metal bars that led to the cemetery gates. And as I looked past them into the cemetery, I noticed a familiar man with his long... Caramel? It's not caramel. It's like sand. It's not caramel, is it?
She's described it as caramel a
Really?
couple times.
Okay. Caramel hair coming out to greet me. That is not caramel!
I know. I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't say.
That's like
I wouldn't
sand
call it
or like
little,
foam.
Yeah, it's a little too beigey.
Yes, it's not caramel. Silly girl.
Caramel's more of an orange.
It is like darker, you know.
Color.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about Reginald being here. You know, cause like he seems shady. Because everything weird has been happening around him, right? Pretty much. Or after we hang out with him. And so I feel like being like, hey, Reginald, there's this weird, what is it called? Headstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. My brain was like, no. That I want to check out. You want to come look? Like, I don't know. I feel like either it's going to be gone Or he's gonna be like, oh yeah, no, that's weird. Odd. Or something. Well, you're actually still here?
Indeed I am. I told you I'd wait for you, didn't I?
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I'm just a little surprised that you're actually still here. I mean, I know I find the cemetery exciting, but I don't think many others share that same sentiment. Weren't you bored out here all by yourself? Also, just real quick, I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs, but if you can, I am sorry. Ignore them.
Not at all. In fact, I think I've grown even fonder of it.
Of the cemetery? Really?
If I'm being completely honest, well, I think I've even been visiting it more because of you.
Yeah, 'cause he likes you, Mary. Huh?
It's hard to explain.
Not really. You just say, I dig ya. And then she goes, me? And then he goes, yeah, you. And then, yay, romance.
But even when you're not here, it feels like you are in a way. Like all the care you put into it, it really shows.
Thanks.
Ah, but don't take that the wrong way. Even if the cemetery always gave off your vibe.
I mean, I wasn't taking it as a rude way, but now that you have to explain yourself.
I think I would much prefer the real deal.
Thank you.
I simply like being reminded of you here.
You like the cemetery because it reminds you of me? Which, any other circumstance, would be the weirdest compliment. The weirdest compliment ever, but this is what Mary's into. So I guess that's the equivalent of saying, I look at roses and they remind you of you or something. I look at headstones and you just come into my mind.
Indeedly so.
Indeedly.
How much longer do you want to go?
Just a little bit.
I hope that isn't a strange thing to say.
It is, but y'all are weird, and that's okay. We love that. No, it's really nice, actually. I've never heard anyone say so. I don't know what voice to use.
My guess would be Crowan. That or Twyla.
Oh, I don't know. It's question marks.
Twyla doesn't.
What are you? Which should I do it?
I don't know.
Barry! I heard a familiar voice shout my name. They did not sound happy. I turned around to be greeted by... Oh, it is Twyla. I don't like Twyla. She's a jerk. Twyla? I hadn't heard from her in a while. We haven't talked to Twyla this entire route, have we? Except for at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And yet, despite this, she looked like she was fuming. Is this the reason you've been fucking ignoring me? Ignoring you? I've sent you at least 4 messages this past week asking you to help me, including this morning. Not one response back. Did you? Did she? I don't remember us getting a notification. Cannon! As if I've never heard that excuse before. I wasn't sure what to say. I didn't know what was going on. You know what, Mary? Fuck off! Here I thought you were actually wanted to help me, but I guess I shouldn't have expected to reply on anyone in this piece of shit city. Huh? What are you talking about? Shut up! Stop playing dumb. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess maybe this is where we should end it. You think? Nice little cliffhanger. All right. That's where we're gonna end. I have no idea why she's angry. I'm gonna save. Boop. Boop. We can leave it with the the anger music going. Anyway, that's where we're gonna end today's stream. I hope you guys are enjoying Cemetery Mary. I am really liking this route. It is so weird and so different than all the other routes. If you want to check those out, we have those over on our YouTube, and they were completely different. This is taking much more of like a supernatural mystery, I guess, rather than a murder mystery. And I like it. I like the supernatural. I just don't know.
It's always been supernatural.
It's always been a little bit of supernatural, but I feel like it was much more like detective. You know, like you were trying to figure out what was going on. But yeah, hopefully we don't die. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I was honestly a little scared about going into the cemetery alone with Reginald because he just seems a little suspicious. But I'm also afraid of Twyla because she seems kind of crazy sometimes. So I guess we'll find out what will happen there next. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed today's stream, you can always watch us play more. We probably will be having a Phasmophobia stream on Sunday night. We stream Kirby on Monday, Pokemon Wednesday, and of course Cemetery Mary Fridays. And if you want to check us out before then, you can always head over to our YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. Huh? What?
Nothing.
All that stuff. Anyway, like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I hope you had fun, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!